crazy, crazy. Dropping your knees, your bitches they praise me. Dirty to dance and bitches are crazy. Drums like Sway Lee, bitch I'm the baby. Head of the babies, then truck a Mercedes. Tell me who started the wave. Master the science to art you a slave, depart in your grave. Open the Caesars, quarter the gallon of water we selling. Spitting out seeds, the water the melons, sort of the felons. Going to sleep, making the money we order the selling. Order the culture, more to the melons. Play fair, take cake for the throne like Wayfair. Hyperdimensional warfare. Spray and then port at ya. Cut of the grass, find lost vipers. Lost on Rikers. Stuck in the Uzi and lining like four diapers. Lost ciphers. The boss and the fight for. Fight the start of the fiscal. The dark of the crystals. Bullet with amethyst, dark of the pistols. The start of the shit show. Wings of Icarus. Sweeter than licorice. Speaking on niggerish. Read some nigga-ish. Ride of the Valkyries, ride of the alchemy, rise of the alpha, omega, the alpha me, wing of the Horus, rise of the Valkyrie, glide off the balcony, rise of the Valkyrie.
I do a hot box in the car with a cops watch. I pop glocks, take a shot like it's hot scotch, make a cop do the hopscotch. He gon' pop lock, he gon' wiggle and rock pop, he gon' hit baby hop hop. This is John Hop when I circle the dot, turn the shirt to a crop top or a tank top, like the top of a tank cot. I'ma aim it bank shot, take the same clock that they shot when they slave pop. I'ma shoot at that straight swat. Put your face stop, put your leg in a leg lock, make it break like an egg drop. When the rain drops, I be dodging the raindrops in the winter. I stay hot. I am a bad man. I do a cash tax scam. You throw a punch, I'm gonna duck. You see a black bag hang, I let a gat clap. Hard as a fat shack slam. If a nigga owe me money, I pull up on him in the map like
Wings of Icarus. Sweeter than licorice. Speaking on niggerish. Read some nigga-ish. Ride of the Valkyries, ride of the alchemy, rise of the alpha, omega, the alpha me, wing of the Horus, rise of the Valkyrie, glide up the balcony, rise of the Valkyries.
All right, there you have it, y'all. There you have it. Ride of the Valkyries off of that Red Summer album. Make sure you go out there and grab that up. Make that go and hit that stream that album. Go and get you some merch. All right. Love and light to the family. Peace. Let's do this real. Let's read this flyer and get the show started. Today, 8 p.m. Eastern on Zoom, I'm gonna be doing a legal marijuana and hemp industry workshop. All right. I have special guests from Smoke and Grow Rich, my brother Tariq Bey. He's going to be bringing you information, and I'm also going to be sharing information on how to tap into the multiple income streams that have been opened up as a result of the legalization of the marijuana movement. This is brought to you by Stream Chasers and Smoke and Grow Rich Tours. The link is in the description if you want to be in the building. It will be recorded, so you'll be able to watch it back video on demand as well. All right. Love and light to the family. So, and then we also have coming up on Juneteenth. All right. We have Brother Red Pill and Blue Pill, Dr. Boyce Watkins, Sabir Bay, and Styles P. That's coming up on Juneteenth in Louisville, Kentucky. All right. Juneteenth weekend. I believe that's the 18th and the 19th. And yeah, shout out to the family out there. And then we also have May 22nd and May 23rd. The Evolution will be digitized. The ATL, Know the Ledger, proudly presents. Evolution will be digitized, Atlanta, Georgia. It's going to be a workshop / seminar. And we're going to be dealing with dApps and DAOs, non-fungible tokens, virtual and augmented reality, blockchain and cryptocurrency, decentralization and DeFi, amongst other things. And that's going to be lit. All right. That's coming up next month. So yeah, that's what's going on. Peace to the family. Salute to everybody. Let us do the roll call and then we'll get into today's episode. All right. All right, we got Goldsboro, North Kakalaka in the building. Salute to Goldsboro. Shout out to Goldsboro. NC in the building, the 336. All right. As y'all can see, North Carolina is always in the building. Los Angeles, Fort Smith, Arkansas, Texas, Manchester, UK, Tulsa in the building, North Oakland, all right, California, Dade County, Smyrna, Detroit is up in this thing. All right, big up from Jamaica. All right, Orlando, Denver, Sacramento, East Flatbush by way of Georgia, Calgary, Tennessee, Philadelphia, Philly, Birmingham, or Birmingham Veg. Yeah, Alabama, Grand Rapids, Jersey, Alaska, South Seattle, Charleston, Sacramento, Vegas, DMV, Florida. Oh man, everybody's in here tonight. That's what's up. Yeah, make sure y'all go ahead and hit the like button. You know, all of the fancy things that y'all got to do. All right. New Orleans in the building. What's the 161? What's that? Cocoa Beach, Florida. All right. Gary, Indiana. I see you. I see you. So we're gonna be doing this. Yeah, Staten Island in the building. Rough Buff in the building. All right. Chicago in the building. ATL, KTL. Shout out to all of my KT aliens. ATL and the KTL. Shout out to Blue Pill. Shout out to KT, Mama Pill, all of the family out there in the ATL. Queens, 40 side of Vernon. I hear you. 50 Philly in the building. 504 in the house. All right, so we're not going to be here super long tonight. As you know, I actually have a lecture that I was working on, and I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and do my Melanin Tuesday because I didn't do my Melanin Monday. But let's definitely go live, especially after I saw all of the hype that was being built up around the verdict and whatnot. So yeah, we're gonna have this conversation on 420. That's right. I wouldn't miss the opportunity to light some Derek Chauvin up. So we're gonna go ahead and bust down them packs and whatnot and smoke on some Derek Chauvin and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? And also, you know, just reflect on what this verdict will mean socially amongst other things and whatnot. And also definitely the memory of the brother George Floyd, you know, this is definitely a good way for his brother for his name to get his you know what's rightfully due to him, and that's vindication. You know what I mean? Yeah, roll up that purple Urkel. You know what I'm talking about? Roll up that purple Urkel and get ready, man. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, you from Senegal and you live in New York City. Is that my dude? I'm my dude. What's good with you, man? You know? Waiting on that Potter pack, right? Yeah. That Potter pack, you know. Big George energy. You know what I mean? So yeah, day like 420. Um, this is definitely a day that you know, it's a very significant day. This is Hitler's birthday? Is this Hitler's birthday? The 20th? If I'm correct? They've done a lot of rituals on this day to be exact, you know what I mean? So, you know, I'm sure my conspiracy theorists will say that this is a conspiracy and things of that nature. But you know, 8 weeks into the sentence, right? Yeah, 8 weeks into the sentence, because we all know that when it comes to situations such as somebody being found guilty, it's really ultimately up to the judge when they sentence the person. You know, premature excitement over a guilty verdict is something that I've seen before. You know, that's premature ejaculation, you know, pardon me. But, you know, it's just getting real hype and real happy and, you know, dancing in the streets and whatnot. And you haven't necessarily sealed the deal, right? So the ambiance, right, has been somewhat fulfilled and whatnot. the you know, basically on the face of this whole situation, we have a guilty verdict. We have an officer that's guilty. To see him get put in handcuffs, the aesthetics of it look great. And it will cause our people to celebrate, and it will cause our people to, say that white supremacy is, on the way out and whatnot. And this is the, this is going to lend validity to everything, all of those Cadillac commercials, and it's going to lend validity to every single march that was given. Everybody that got assaulted during protest and whatnot. All of the things that happened, all of the people who suffered, you know, everything is going to be vindicated in that one guilty verdict. And I would say not so fast. I definitely would say not so fast. It's definitely, that would be really selling yourself completely short. You know, that would be selling yourself cheap. You'll be a cheap date. You know what I mean? What I would agree with is if people were to say, you know what, um, the situation that we see that took place and whatnot, it was something that was very obvious. You know what I mean? And then people, they were compelled, right? They were compelled to vote or deliberate and come up with a reason, with a verdict based off of what everybody saw. And based off of what it appeared that everybody on the damn stand was saying, that homeboy killed that man, you know? That's what people, his own people were turning against him. And they were like, you know what? In this case, in this situation, like, you know, it wouldn't be advantageous for us to get up here and lie to y'all about what the fuck just happened. You know what I mean? So if he gets hit with the whole 40, you know, that would definitely be a turning, that would, I feel that would make some type of ripple in the justice system that has denied justice to thousands upon thousands. It's not hundreds, thousands upon thousands of our people who've come before these judges over the years, who've been executed by the state, state sponsored executions and whatnot, state sponsored homicides and things of that nature. They've never received any type of justice. Thousands of people, thousands, deep thousands too, you know. So there has to be a lot more than one guilty verdict, because that's called feel goodisms. You niggas wasn't feeling like that an hour before to the guilty verdict. Like, that's just feel goodisms. That's an emotion. It's not truth. It's not a fact though. It's an emotional. Oh, we're overcoming. We've reaching our mark. Pull out the Cadillacs. You know what I mean? Call, you know, there's a lot more work that needs to be done. And sometimes you have to appeal to your people in a sense, because based off of what we've been going through as the people, based off of the way that people have been inundated with fear, the way that people have been inundated with L's and whatnot, the way that people have been drowning in quote unquote pain and suffrage, anything is gonna feel good. Any victory is going to feel like a big victory. Anything, any W that you could put up, any point that you could put up, the shit is gonna feel like, yo, we've really reached a mark. Like, it's gonna feel refreshing, replenishing. You know what I'm talking about? And to be honest with you, our people need that right now, because we're a people who work heavy off of emotions and whatnot. We work heavy off of our feelings, because think about it. Think about the flip side of how our people would have been feeling if it went the other way, if he got completely acquitted. Whereas every single charge that they read, they said not guilty, right? Now, how would the mothers of the world who saw a young man die, right? How would the fathers of the world, how would the children of the world, regardless of the race and whatnot, or their quote unquote color, how would they really feel inherently in their hearts? Because their hearts knew, your heart knows the truth. You convince yourself and you trick yourself out of the truth and whatnot with the fucking ego and reason and it's a sophisticated way of getting over on yourself. You know what I mean? But your heart knows what it saw. You feel me? Your spirit knows what it witnessed and whatnot. You know that you saw a lynching. So if it were to be the other way around, where it was a complete acquittal and homie got to take the mask off because you saw his blank, if anybody saw footage of the situation, he had a complete blank face. He didn't have any remorse. He wasn't showing too much of an emotion and whatnot, right? He wasn't showing too much of an emotion. He was emotionless, lifeless in a sense. You know how some of them be having that look and whatnot? Well, that's the look that he had. And imagine if he were to take his mask off and he had a shit grin coming in. You know? Imagine how that would have made the hearts, right, of a people whose hearts are on the line, right? They're already having suffering from heart disease. They're having they're having all type of heart ailments, right? Our people have a lot. They've been collecting a lot of agony, grief, pain, trauma, and a bunch of things, making the heart heavy, right? Making the heart heavy. And when the heart gets heavy, it could stop working. It will malfunction and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it hits you when you hit that motherfucking cell and you gotta go to sleep. If that sometimes that's the longest night in certain people's lives and whatnot. That could be the longest night that you ever clocked in is that night. Or if you accept your sentence and if you accept the fact that whatever you was fighting is a step closer to being over, some people sleep like babies after that guilty verdict. You know what I'm talking about? Some motherfuckers sleep like babies. And then some people can't even sleep. They up all night tossing and turning and burning. You know what I mean? Burning up in all kind of uh, you know, feelings and emotions. So if you were to ask me, because we live in this world, it's like the movie Adjustment Bureau. If anybody remembers Adjustment Bureau, it showed you how life is basically programmable based off of decisions and things that happen that turn, the narrative. It turns the narrative, or it turns the path that we're on in a certain direction. So in the Adjustment Bureau world, there's a world where Homeboy was acquitted and Minneapolis burnt, and people were feeling defeated, you know, and people were feeling even more depressed and even more afraid and even more powerless and even more what did the Asians say who were being attacked, that they were feeling preyed upon? Yeah, well, that seems to be the reality for a lot of people who've been on the North American shores, right? Over the last 400 years. You know what I mean? From straight to nappy to wavy, you know what I'm talking about? To matted hair. It doesn't matter. So we've been feeling like we've been preyed upon, and the same system that was supposed to protect us was the same system that was preying upon us. You know how that you know what that feels like? Sometimes I could feel like you're in a slaughterhouse because the same people that's supposed to help get you out the slaughterhouse is walking you into the motherfucking room with the ovens in it. You know what I mean? It means that nobody is really on your side. So to receive a guilty verdict in a time, in a very precious time, right? We're just in the spring. We're right here in the beginning of the spring, which I see as what we see as the new year. In a time where, economics, people are becoming very financially literate. There's a lot of people juggling multiple income streams. It's a lot of people getting their minds right. It's a lot of people getting their health together and whatnot. It's a lot of people that are having to make decisions about if they're gonna take the jab or not. It's just a lot of shit going on right now. So we're in a day and time where we don't really we can't take too much. And I'm talking about the masses. I'm not talking about when I say us. Let me just rephrase what I'm saying. I'm speaking from the perspective of the masses of our race. You know what I mean? Let's just to be clear. Um I don't think they could take too much before they either break, you know what I mean, or fold. Pressure bust pipes, but it makes diamonds as well. So shit that's being compounded on the populace, the trauma that's being compounded. It was shootings every day. It's a mass shooting. Let's be clear. That's your under. That's playing in the background, right? Every day there's a mass shooting somewhere. Then there's a police killing, and they're releasing camera footage. They're showing you people that got killed that you never even heard of months ago. They're popping up saying, "Oh, we're gonna release this footage today, world premiere," right? And there's all of this stuff going on, and our people are still, taking all of this shit personal because you would almost have to shed the melanin. You would have to, you would have to denounce all of that fly shit that you're saying that your melanin gets you in touch with and whatnot. If you're like, nah, I don't feel none of the shit that's going on. I don't take none of that personal. I'm not connected to none of that. Well, god damn it, I thought we were one. I thought everybody, you know what I'm talking about? I thought we was connected. Yeah, they want to regulate crypto. We're gonna talk about that in a minute too. I thought we were all connected. On Tuesdays, quote unquote, meditation circle, you niggas said that we was all connected and we're all one. And then on Wednesday, you said don't be human. And the shit that you see going on, the people that look like you and whatnot, don't have any feelings about that. Don't take it personal. You know what I mean? Like don't absorb that pain. And that's not, you know what I mean? Like it's hard. It's hard to tell the people to do that. You know what I mean? Especially when they got some love for their people and they out here putting in work with the hopes that their people could get this information and this shit could make their lives better. You know. So, you know, um, shout out to everybody that is happy that the European got found guilty today. I delight in your enjoyment. You feel me? I'm gonna pop bottles of apple cider. You know what I mean, to celebrate with you. It's worthy of celebration. You know what I mean? It's hug your son and whatnot, hug your child. You know what I'm talking about, and let them know that justice is possible. You know what I mean? Um, in America, yes, cops kill it. Cops definitely kill people every day. You know what I'm talking about. Cops kill people every day. Remind them, of that. Um, it doesn't have to be their reality though. You know, cops kill people every day. Black people kill other black people every day, and a lot of things happen. Right, what you could teach your son about the natural cycles in life. That these are the things that happen. You know what I mean? And to have a deeper understanding or a deeper understanding about why they happen, not just because, oh, this person didn't like that person and stuff. Like, it does go deeper than that. Definitely does go deeper than that. So yeah, we definitely smoking on that Chavin pack. I'm trying to tell you, bro. To the face. To the face.
To this day, to this day.
Oh. But yeah, today we're gonna have a conversation, or rather later on at 8 o'clock in the workshop, we're gonna have a conversation about the legal marijuana industry, right? The legal hemp industry. So, when we have situations like these verdicts, they could bring us more together as people to have further conversations. We could start enlightening each other to the fact that there's mad booms going on around us, and once we get our minds off of the pain and the trauma and the terrorism and whatnot, we could start thinking about, building wealth and whatnot, making sound investments, and learning from each other so it could benefit us in our journeys. You know what I'm talking about? So what they're doing right now with this legal marijuana and all of the opportunities that have begun to sprout, and they're sprouting on a daily basis, you feel me? Because you got cryptocurrency mixed in with the marijuana, with the weed industry. You got all of the uses for hemp. You know what I'm talking about? You have all of the uses of, now that it's legalized recreationally in places like New York City. You know, it's time to tap into different case studies on how can you make an income stream and not have a dispensary without having a license. You dig what I'm saying? Without being one of the quote unquote big boys and whatnot. Oh no, I'm not forgetting about mushrooms. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not forgetting about mushrooms as well, because that's definitely on the line as well. You feel me? And that's also another income stream. That's a whole nother income streams, the psilocybins and whatnot. So I'm only here for my stream chasers, especially when we have these conversations. The purpose that I serve is to do the research and to reach out to different people who are experts in their fields and bring them to you so they could tell you what's going on and inform you, because no one is half the battle. This is about information. And when you have information, you can have a better, you can make better decisions in life, because you're forced with multiple decisions versus when you lack the information, it limits the type of the number of decisions that you have when it comes time to make a decision about something. You know what I'm talking about? You might think you could only go eastbound. And there's a whole goddamn navigation that you can take. So, you know, somebody said the edibles, let's get baked. Yeah. You know what I mean? Let's definitely get baked. you know we're going to be also, yeah, when it comes to the edibles, we're going to be opening it up to brothers and sisters, you know um a menu, a recipe book. You know what I mean? There's so many things that are being created with the edibles and whatnot. It's retarded. Cookies, cakes, brownies. Me personally, I know partake in the edibles. I know partake in the edibles. Things that put me on the floor. I don't like the way that they sneak up on the guard. You make incredible sweet potato edible treats. I want to sell them to high-end bakeries once it's legal in Texas. How though? How to sell edible food? Well, that's why you should come in this workshop. You know what I mean? You'll be able to receive information like that. Put the recipe book on the Tron blockchain. There you go. There you go. With those, that's those wheels moving and turning. You know what I'm talking about? We had a dope conversation on Discord in our group, biggest crypto play ever. Shout out to everybody that signed up to that. We had a dope. They have a feature like Clubhouse, so the feature is on Discord, and we had a Discord group last night. It was me, Blue Pill, Chicago Crypto Bully, J Crypto, Slice, Iggy, and a few other people, and we were going in and whatnot, and we were, it was very informative. Very informative. Pull up on the merit. Yeah. Shit. Shout out to Chase Infinite. Shout out to AA and everybody, Planet Asia. Shout out to Lizzie Jeff out there. Yeah, I'm gonna be in Cali soon. You know what I mean? Definitely gonna pull up in Cali soon. I got some work to do out there. So yeah, we're not gonna be here for too long. I'm gonna probably tap into a few things and then I'm gonna be out because like I said, I do have a workshop at 8 o'clock. But I wanted to come on and just share how I felt about the verdict, you know, for the George Floyd trial. Shout out to his daughter, right? Shout out to his daughter. Shout out to Steven Jackson. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I see, man. I seen Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Benjamin Crump. The whole gang is there. You know what I'm talking about? The whole gang is there. You know what I mean? It's like a boule day party. And what up, Frida? You know, they smiling and beguiling. It's Hitler's birthday, right? Okay. Yeah, today's Hitler's birthday, so you gotta peep what that's about. They usually do their rituals on this day. So is that a ritual? You know? Was that a ritual? You know? I don't know. But yeah, just be clear. This has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. This has nothing to do with Benjamin Crump. This has nothing to do with Jesse Jackson. This has nothing to do with Al Sharpton. And this has nothing to do with any of the activists per se, based off of how this guilty verdict was delivered, right? None of them none of them were on the stand. Nothing that they necessarily did led to the guilty verdict, right? So I just want to be clear about that. The officer was charged with murder. Was it 4 days after the incident? I believe. So it wasn't like it was super dragged on, and all of these organizations had to come together in order to get the officer arrested. The officer got arrested, and the defense team, the district attorney, and all of them, they went to work and put together this case because I don't want anybody to take or to begin to act like they are the ones who are responsible for the guilty verdict, or are they the ones responsible for bringing justice to this man's name, or they're the ones responsible for cracking the motherfucking case, right? And what's also being said, and I don't know if y'all are familiar with this defense that they're throwing out there about Maxine Waters, right? Maxine Waters is they put in a motion to have a mistrial about a day ago, I believe. No, the beginning of the week, based off of what Maxine Waters said over the weekend and whatnot. They were saying that she, as an elected official, was going to be was swaying the jury, and as an elected official, her putting in her personal, feelings and whatnot. And they said that that was going to sway the jury. So they were making that argument that when it comes time to either have an appeal or to argue that, that's that they're bringing up. Okay, so look out for that. You know, so look out for that. If you in New York, light up, go outside and blow it down. Put your Garvey hoodie on and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about. You know, shout out to Zaylin. You know, blow you some spliff on a 420. You know about the yeah, yeah. Republican efforts failed to censor Maxine Waters after Chauvin trial judge's admonishment, right? So they tried Auntie, they tried her. They were trying to her, they were trying to pull her wig off, but it didn't necessarily work. You know, it didn't necessarily work. Um, if the judge is a real one, he would hit homie with the whole clip. He hit him with the whole clip. There's no remorse at the end of the day. You know, they'll make an example out of their own every now and then, right? They made an example out of the Somalian officer. Remember the Somalian officer, what is it? Al Nansur, what was his name? It's Muhammad something. He killed the European tourist, right? What did they give him? 21 years? So they'll lock their police up out there. You know what I'm talking about? You know, this is not them sending their own to jail. It's not new out there. It's happened before. Yeah, the Nord trial. They sent his ass up. You know what I mean? Did Amber Geiger get 10 years? Yeah, what the hell is 10 years? This nigga's doing 10 years on one hand. You know? Yeah, I think he was the first Somalian officer. Yep. Remember, they have a Somalian the sister that's in the they be running with AOC. She's from Minnesota, but you don't see her mix. She doesn't put her face out there and mix up, and none of that stuff. Do I think the judge would appeal the verdict and it's just a temporary victory to mess black people's mind up psychologically? Well, you got to catch the whole show. We were talking about, we were weighing it, we were putting it on the scales and things of that nature. Um, yeah, Ilian Omar, right? Beautiful sister. You know what I'm talking about? Um, but she's not that present in local politics. You know what I mean? Like I haven't seen her really making a lot of moves. She's in her, yeah, the largest Somalian population in the US is in Minnesota. You know what I mean? You know, they're making strides out there. You know what I'm talking about? They're making their strides. They are in the they're in legal and in government, you know, and in corporate, they're out there. You know what I mean? XRP pumping back up. She went, oh my goodness. She was she went she went no. Did she went alphabet? She went alphabet on them because she was married to a man. She was in a what do they call it? A cis relationship. I don't even know if I'm using the right jargon. I'm just trying to keep up with the you know what I mean? With the TikTok generation. I'm just saying. One of the jurors lives in Brooklyn Center and other has ties to the city. Like, how you gonna be a juror and you never heard of the George Floyd trial? I'm not buying that. I mean, how you gonna it was an arranged marriage? Okay. But she should be out there knocking them down. Okay. All right, all right. Nelson asked the jurors to be warned at the beginning of each day to avoid all of the media. He said that they already been sequestered due to the high profile nature of the case and its tendency to evoke strong. Oh yeah, they had to be sequestered. They couldn't be reading the newspaper. Oh man. That was her brother. Are you serious? She married her brother. Are you dead ass? You dead ass about that? Okay. All right. Oh, they were only partially. Okay. So yeah, so then all right, so then they must have heard about the shooting in of Dante Wright, you know? Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is, like I was saying earlier, in the realm of what's right, what was good for our people, like I said earlier, I feel that this triple guilty verdict is in the best interest for the psychological and the emotional health of our people. So I'm in agreement with it. I feel that it's the best possible outcome that you can ask for people who are psychologically drained, who are being beat at by a system that they probably don't fully understand, right? So for this small symbolic victory, right? This small symbolic victory, okay? Let's be clear. For this symbol, I am still I'm definitely I say to the symbol or the symbolicness of it, um to be able to tap into whatever power that you can draw from it. Everybody is their own magician. Everyone is their own magi. Everyone can extract riches from the mines that they dig into. I can't tell everybody how to do everything. Y'all are definitely masters of your own universe. You feel me? Now, the next situation, right, is dealing with this situation with the brother out there, right? AOC is the that's the politician, the lady out of Queens and whatnot. That's just the abbreviation of her name. Derek said he's shocked they didn't use a not guilty verdict to bring on riots. Right. So it goes back to what I was just saying, that in a world where all possibilities exist, right? I'm good with this situation. So people whose hearts and minds are invested in this case, right? That they could receive some type of remittance. So they could receive some type of joy in their life. So they could receive some type of good feelings, because even though it could be a good feeling or a feel good type of thing, well shit, black women especially, and these fathers out here, these brothers, they deserve that. They deserve that. You know what I mean? They got a whole bunch of other shit in front of them. They deserve that. You dig? Yeah, the calm before the storm, you know? And they been eating in this Aries season. You see how many shootings and shit that they had during Aries? They was eating. It was a mass shooting damn near every day or a shootout. They've been eating, yo. So we got to stay vigilant as a people. We got to stay focused as a people. The teachers need to continue to teach. Stay diligent. Don't get caught up in symbolic symbolic victories and whatnot. That's for the people in the audience that want to get entertained. You know what I mean? But if you're on the front lines and you out here doing the work, utilize situations as opportunities. Make a good thing out of anything. So now we have opportunities to continue to teach. There should be more people that are willing to learn. Um, Certain people's eyes have been opened up to the fact that the police in America have been killing extrajudicially melanated men and women over these years. You know, there's some people that deny it, and they always stand behind these fake ass verdicts and whatnot. They always stand behind fake news and alt facts. So one of the things that I would do is I would do as much as I can to get my emotions out of this field, out of this resonance field. I would, with this verdict, with the fact that people are like, "Ooh, we're celebrating," and they don't have to be all heartbroken and depressed. Now's that opportunity to somewhat, unplug yourself if you can from this matrix. Unplug yourself from this machine that's gonna always be tugging on your emotions. It's either gonna be, you know what I mean? They'll give you a few guilty verdicts, and then they'll take back and give you some acquittals, and it'll just be a constant back and forth. And you'll always just be hanging out for verdicts and shit. And that'll be your barometer of success and in black upward mobility. It would be based on how many police could go to jail for killing us. And that shouldn't even, you know what I mean? Like, that's not it. You know what I'm talking about? That ain't it. That's not how you overcome, my niggas, by putting somebody in jail who killed your own people. That's not it, bro. You feel me? That's not a fucking touchdown. That's not we made it, nigga. We made it. That's not we Dr. King walked so we can run. Obama flew so we could swim, brothers. Nigga, we made it. No, nigga, you didn't make anything. A guilty verdict is not a motherfucking come up. Right? It's symbolic. Okay? It's symbolic. It's what's happening. Our people get found guilty every day in courtrooms in America. This happens every day to us. Our people get beheaded and cuffed and taken in the back and put into the belly of the beast every single day. Right? And by some police going to jail, does that stop niggas from going to jail? Is he taking up all of the beds? There's thousands of cases, hundreds of cases. There's all kind of iniquities. Somebody mentioned it in the chat. There's Kyle Rittenhouse, right? There's a few cases. If niggas want to turn into Perry Mason and follow all the cases, you know, there should be a group of our people to stay on top of things like that, especially if that's their thing. You know, there's some people who binge on doom doom doom. What's the TV show? The Law and Order, right? Like my dad, he loves that shit. Law and Order, Perry Mason. You know, some people just love watching investigative reports. That's your thing. You know what I'm talking about? That's your thing. Stay on that. But that's not all of us. That's not all of us. We have a long way to go. There's been a lot of people who need vindication and justice. Right? Matlock. Yeah, Matlock, Criminal Minds, First 48. Niggas is infatuated with programs like that. So I could understand why we would be drawn to these cases. You know? But it's a little bit more that's gonna have to go into that. You know? Yeah, the whole thing was a show. They're bringing, they're merging the worlds together in a sense. They're merging the worlds together. So, you know, it's like a reality show slash real world trial slash daytime drama type shit. Whatever momentum you could find, grab that shit by the horns and, you know, take that energy that never dies and forge it into something that will benefit you and yours moving forward. While the sun is coming out and the leaves are blossoming, I mean, the flowers are blossoming and the leaves are turning greener. You feel me? Yeah, snuff porn with a happy ending. You know, you take the energy that's out there and you mold it into something that's beneficial for either you or the whole. That's it. You know? But I'm not gonna hold y'all. Like I said, I got a thing at 8 o'clock. I'm inviting everybody in the building to pull up to the workshop tonight. I got my brother Tariq Bey from Smoke and Grow Rich. You know what I mean? He's been around the world. He's been on top of the legal marijuana movement for years now. Before the shit became before they started sweeping states and whatnot with the legalization. He was already on top of it. He been telling us what to do. He been putting us on the hemp. He been putting us on to the dispensaries and all of the different ways, hempcrete, you know what I mean? All of the different ways to tap into the income streams. So I'm gonna be hosting it tonight through Stream Traces. It's gonna be on Zoom only, right? Tickets from Eventbrite, and the show will be on Zoom. It's gonna be from 8 to probably midnight and whatnot, or it may be earlier than that. We're gonna give you some of the game and whatnot and get you right so you could, you don't have to be a victim. You know what I mean? You don't gotta be in the eye of the law. After celebrating the guilty verdict of the police, just make the commitment that you're not gonna be around, you're not gonna be in situations where them people gonna be all in your business. Them people is not gonna be all in your quote unquote private affairs. You know, if you don't like the police, we need to stop doing things that attract them into our personal situations. You know what I'm talking about? You know, because this shit is like Grand Theft Auto. If you into a certain type of lifestyle, doing a certain type of things, chances are them niggas are gonna be on your tail. You know. So yeah. With that being said, though, I'm about to tap out. Is there a song that anybody want me to leave with, or for the Red Summer album? I'm taking requests. You know what I'm talking about? I catch up with y'all on Thursday, Third Eye Thursdays. I see y'all then. Love and light to the family. Y'all stay woke, stay dangerous. You know what I mean? Stay focused, stay lit. You know, do all of the things that Sherman. Oh damn. Okay, last breath. Oh man, yeah, it made me go into the archives. The first person has said last breath, so I gotta oblige the the request, right? It is dedicated to George. You know what I'm talking about? All right, y'all. So we out. Peace to the family. Peace to the family.
Feet hurting, world full of busy bees working. I ain't never met a free person. I don't get along with these earthlings. I'm trying to see purpose, fight for something I believe's worth it. Feel the curse, I'ma reverse it. I don't dream cause I sleep nervous. No, yet I keep flirting. Face death like a Steve Irwin. Old heat, I'ma drink thermos. Tell the bartender keep serving. I'm trying to be perfect, using dirty shit to clean dirt with. Only happy when the weed burning. Traded oxygen to breathe herping. Smoke till I see curtains. Lungs fail and they cease working. Air is something that I need urgent. Suffocating, trying to squeeze words in. What would I do with my last breath? Would I yell? Would I cry? Would I laugh? Cause I'm glad that I'm past that mess. Till I pass, never felt that blessed. Even bad breath when you living is better than good breath. When you lack flesh, got a clash chest that I cracked and my lost breath hasn't made it back yet. I'm on my last breath, breathe. Walking the last step, I'm on the last test. Final answer and my last guess. Wonder what I gotta pass next. I'm on my last quest. So much harder than my last track. Mad bless, hope I can outlast death. Grim Reaper got my address. Down on my last cent. Cash spent from a check I don't even have yet from my last rent. Sweater shit has got me mad stressed. I inherited my dad's debt. Never got to hear his last breath. And the only reason I ain't passed yet, I'm the first ever and the last left.
I let the record show. I let the tech explode. Put on the weapon show. Pull up the Texaco. Knuckles in Mexico. Call up the technical. They know the text I blow. I'm Mexico. Turn you to vegetable. Body electrical. Acid and alkaline. Body so flexible. The shooter's feast like a Uber Eats. Got a group of these suited these scooter bees. While letting the Uzi Aruga speak. An American God up in Cuba eats. The powers to seek and powers to weak. They follow and creeps. Powers that be. Inherit the world from cowards and sheep. Been to the mountains, top towers and peaks. Flowers and sweets and showered our feet. The lightning and thunder that shower the sleep. Shower the D's. This not the first, this our what would I do with my last breath? Would I yell? Would I cry? Would I laugh? Cause I'm glad that I'm past that mess. Till I pass, never felt that blessed. Even bad breath when you living is better than good breath. When you lack flesh, got a glass chest that I cracked and my lost breath hasn't made it back yet. I'm on my last breath, breathe. Walking the last step, I'm on the last test. Final answer and my last guess. Wonder what I gotta pass next. I'm on my last quest. So much harder than my last track. Mad blessed, hope I can outlast death. Grim Reaper got my address. Down on my last cent. Cash spent from a check I don't even have yet from my last rent. Sweater shit has got me mad stressed. I inherited my dad's debt. Never got to hear his last breath. And the only reason I ain't passed yet, I'm the first ever and the last left.
Minutes like a track finish. I attract women, they the bad women. I'ma splash in them, leave a bag with them. Then I raise seeds to be mad different. If I die now, I'm coming back in them. Cause they dad missing, but they cash dripping. Cause they royalty, so they brag different. No ass kissing, never had feelings. Seen a white victim and a black witness. Mac gripping on my last mission. Yak sipping, blowing blackism. Gat missing, he was lack slipping. Smack hit him, now we act different. Apparition, the bad vision. The Mac a chip him and crash the system. Uncle Tom, cause you that willing. Fuck the law, I'm going back to living. Astral prisms of black religions. Activisms of conversations. Sacrilegious, the palms of Satan. Black magicians, Babylon erasing. Raise our hands to the gods we praising. Hustling, the marathon we racing. Nipsey at the finish line, he waiting.
What would I do with my last breath? Would I yell? Would I cry? Would I laugh? Cause I'm glad that I'm past that mess. Till I pass, never felt that blessed. Even bad breath when you living is better than good breath. When you lack flesh, got a glass chest that I cracked and my lost breath hasn't made it back yet. I'm on my last breath.